I'm the host of today of Gossip TV, and you have tuned in to Gossip TV. Sorry we're late, but we got a great show for you today. Hopefully, we're going to talk about a lot of stuff that's going on in the streets. First of all, we're going to talk about Nicki Minaj and Cardi B and they fake beef. It's so fake. Once you tell somebody that is fake, then once you let somebody know that something is fake, they ain't finna try to they not finna try to say shit. Okay? Not nothing. So yeah. Um Let me see. I don't even know how to do this. It's like you supposed to be waiting on your guests. How do you wait on your guests? I mean, how do you bring your guests in? You know? I don't even know how to do that. But anyway, yeah, they got a fake beef. But after you address it and you let everybody know that it's fake, they not gonna be talking about it no more. So long as y'all, she got an album coming out, so she's trying to promote her album. Cardi B got something coming out too, so she's promoting her stuff. That's all this is, fake. It's a fake ass beef, clout chasing, so they can get some. You know what I'm saying? And then who knows the albums? Where the albums at? Where the albums at? So that I want to know. I just want to know where the album's at. They got all this fake beef. Then Jeezy and Jeannie Mai, they supposed to be getting a divorce. Just all the drama. All the drama. The divorce. Just all the drama. All the drama. The divorce. Just all the drama. All the drama. The divorce. Just all the drama. That's hella funny. So, um, I was trying to bring my guest in, y'all. I have a guest that I'm trying to bring in, and it don't seem like that's gonna happen though. That one right there ain't gonna happen. So I might as well forget about that. I don't look like my guest is gonna be able to come in. So we won't even trip off that. Okay. Yeah, but they got all kind of shit going on around here. They talk about Nicki Minaj, but what I really wanted to hip y'all to is in Chicago, the immigrants is taking over. And I got this from I got this from. I'm gonna tell y'all his name in a second. I don't know where my glasses at. I've been looking for them. Oh, here they go. Now, what's going on with y'all peoples out there?
That this is one of its contingency plans that it uses to fall back on to free up resources to help with migrant processing. In fact, it did something similar earlier this year, but now federal data shows that those migrant encounters are starting to tick back up again.
So, y'all,
Border Protection is putting a pause on cargo processing at the Bridge of the Americas in El Paso, Texas. It's to free up border officers to help with the processing of the.
so they doing all that I just let y'all hear in Texas to let the migrants come through. They stopping the cargo. So they stopping cargo and food from coming in to the United States right now and everywhere else because they got to make room for the migrants to come in. I'm just reporting the news, y'all. I'm just reporting the news. That's all I'm doing. Immigration. So his name is Anton. Even though I didn't but like Obama, racist. Right? His name is Anton that I'm listening to. Obama went after
At the ports of entry, you have Office of Field Operations officers, and they're there to make sure legitimate trade and travel passes to and from the United States. So we're taking those people from those ports of entry to help Border Patrol because there's simply not enough Border Patrol agents. Truckers who use the Bridge of the Americas will instead need to go through other crossing points in New Mexico and Texas. Back in April, officials suspended all commercial operations for 3 days at the Bridge of the Americas for the same reason. The head of the Truckers Association in Juarez, Mexico, then told Border Report the detours and long lines could cost the industry $10 million a day.
What? So $10 million a day it costs the industry. The cargo cannot go through, and they making them go all the way around, around in a whole nother route. They can't get through the regular route they've been going through. They got to go to a whole nother route to get through the Americas, so that they can get the food or the cargo or whatever they bring into America for Americans. But they rather for the migrants to get through. So this is a big, big problem that's happening. Also,
Right?
So
now you telling
also, let me see what they say.
Also to free up more officers to help with migrant processing because it says the facilities in that area have been operating over capacity. Agents have been dropping off hundreds of migrants in San Diego in daily street releases. In quote,
So y'all see all these migrants? Y'all see all these migrants coming through? They say they coming through in the middle of the night while we sleep, 5 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, all times of the night, all times of the day. They going sending them to Chicago and also New York. They said they got a plan for them. They showed all these cots that they I'm going to show y'all. They showed all these cots in this school that they opened up, and they got cots for days in this school. Hold on, here we go.
Overwhelmed immigration system. Jorge Ventura has been following this story for us with a focus on rural border towns. He's now picking up the story in San Diego. Jorge, how is that city dealing with?
Shout out to Jorge.
Shout out to Jorge over here about the report on what's going on over in San Diego.
Jorge, stop fucking up my hair salon.
Hey, good morning, Marky. So Border Patrol agents in that San Diego sector are completely overwhelmed by the massive surge of migrants crossing illegally into the U.S. What agents are telling me is that migrants are coming in from all over the world and that cartels in Tijuana are smuggling them, forcing Border Patrol holding facilities in San Diego to reach over capacity, forcing them to release migrants into the streets of communities by the hundreds. The street releases happening in San Diego have been happening now for 6 straight days, with more than 3,000 migrants being dropped off at 4 different transit centers across the city. Most of them are men who have been processed and now have future court dates. I spoke with local and county officials who say they are worried that migrants are not being properly vetted before being released into their communities.
Yeah, we're now watching a lot of cities, a lot of different states.
So they saying they ain't even being properly vetted. They just coming in by the millions and the trillions. And they say they say that they trying to replace the black people. That's what they say. I'll let you hear some more.
That request was denied, but I still don't know where the people are coming from.
He says he reached out to the mayor's office to coordinate, but never heard back. 90 more moved in on Saturday. He's hoping for more collaboration on these efforts moving forward.
We in the community,
our city is a place that is accepting of migrants and is helping them try and reach their dream, which is just to have a better life for their families.
Greektown resident Connor Friedman.
So they trying to make them have a better life for their family. But the people here that already live here in America, they ain't got nothing for them. It's people that's homeless. Let me pull up something. It's people that's homeless right here in America. They want their dream, American dream, to be right. But let me see. They want their dream to be right. But they don't want nobody else's dream to be right. I ain't with all that, right? So we're going to look at a little bit of this. They've been doing us wrong, black people, when I say us, for the longest. You know what I'm saying? So I got something I want y'all to see. Then I'm going to show y'all something else. Okay.
Task Force on Reparations for Black Americans has submitted its final recommendations to the state legislature. The 1,200-page report is the result of 2 years of work, which looked at how the state can best atone for the impact of slavery and decades of racial discrimination. California's Secretary of State told reporters last week about the message they want to send.
It was important that we let people know that reparations is due whether you're in Mississippi or you're in California. That reparations is due, that the harm has been done, and we need to begin to repair the harm and stop patching it up as we have done for many, many years.
For more on this, let's bring in CBS News.
So, as you can see, we fighting for reparations for things that they did to us years ago that they haven't even repaired. And now they done brought, but see, this is in the history books, y'all. See, they said, anytime when it's time to do something for blacks, anytime it's time to do something for blacks, they create something else like this, like the Mexicans bringing them in to distract us, right? And act like we, you know what I'm saying, ain't doing nothing that we supposed to be doing. And we ain't protesting, we ain't said nothing. They also used us. They had them people put all their business, all they wants and wills and what we want and all that, and they just used you. Everything that you said and will be used against you. Right after you did that, the same day, they brought the migrants out here. They passed that bill. I'm gonna let y'all see what we doing.
Spends billions of dollars every year to reduce homelessness. Now some lawmakers want to know why it isn't helping. Cal Matters with the story today. The state auditor looking
It ain't
into
helping
where
because they ain't
all
not
the money
doing
is
nothing.
going, even as the number of unhoused goes up. It's a bipartisan audit. It will be the first of its kind and will look into spending on programs like Project Homekey. They also hope to find out how much money goes to administrative costs versus providing services for people. Since Newsom has taken office, more than $20 billion have been spent to reduce homelessness, but the number of unhoused has grown by a third. A different study found that the $10 billion California spent between 2018 and 2021 helped as many as 570,000 people, but many did not actually get housing. The audit itself will cost $740,000 and is hopefully going to be completed by October.
Yeah.
So, y'all just seen that, right? They got all that money to do for these homeless people, right? Let me pull something else up. Okay? They got all this money. All this damn money, but they don't got no money for they got all this money, right? Right here. For all these people.
The migrant situation at the U.S.-Mexico border. It's agreeing to deport migrants who are camped at the border in an effort to cut down on overcrowding. The U.S. Defense Department is also sending hundreds of service members to the border. They joined 2,500 National Guard members already stationed there.
Okay, so that's that, right? So let's say, let me go back. They found, and people dying trying to get over here. They dying. They found black migrants in a mattress trying to get over here. Hold on, let me show you that. These are people that's black. Okay? And I'm gonna show you something else. Between Marcos.
Vamos a abrir aquí, vamos a abrir. Vamos a abrir esto primero. ¿Cuánto van? ¿Dos? Mira, para el motor.
They trying to come through. They trying to get in here through beds. That's another one. They got two of them in. Got in through beds. Okay, beds. But what I'm not. That's not what I'm trying to show you. I am trying to show you. Mexican migrants lit mattresses and protest fires killed 39 people. Okay, so I'm about to show y'all this, y'all. And then after this, I'm gone.
Is how that money is being divvied out, bro.
Good evening, guys. Yeah, it's a multi-million-dollar question, more than $84 million, actually. That is how much has already been paid out on the migrant crisis here in Chicago, and those bills are piling up. It's a crisis that's dominated headlines almost daily. More than 13,500 asylum seekers poured into the city since last August, with many sleeping on the floors of police stations.
We are spending money hand over fist to assist these individuals, and yet we still have children, their parents, and the elderly sleeping on floors.
But millions of dollars are being forked over in aid, and we wanted to know where that money is being spent. A Freedom of Information request returned hundreds of invoices and a whopping $84.5 million already paid out since the buses started arriving. The majority of that, more than $56 million, was paid to a company named Favorite Healthcare Staffing. Over $12 million went to another group, Equitable Social Solutions, which helps deal with housing and shelter, and more than $500,000 was paid to Skytech Enterprises for security. But in addition to what's already been spent, we're told there's an additional estimated cost of more than $48 million in unpaid invoices, which would mean total estimated expenditures to date are somewhere in the region.
So as y'all can see, it's going down, right? It's so much. And then I'm going to show y'all. I'm just going to show y'all real quick. 12 bases carry migrants arrived in Chicago over the weekend. Okay? It was 12 buses carrying migrants that arrived in Chicago over the weekend, this weekend. Okay? So I'm going to show y'all that, and I'm going to show y'all that. So first we're going to watch New York. It's crazy. And they sitting up there. And we need to be talking about reparations. That's what we need to be talking about. And we fighting in the middle of the street. That shit is stupid. All that shit is stupid. When we sitting out here need to be getting our reparations. These people is out here.
Investment over the past decade. And as the SAG-AFTRA strike continues, I hope that all of the parties can move quickly toward final agreements that get New Yorkers and businesses back to work. President Biden also issued a statement that said, in part,
This change comes just days after the federal government's extension of temporary protected status, or TPS, for Venezuelans.
We all came together and stated that this could be one of the methods used to address this crisis.
TPS will allow Venezuelans who arrived in the U.S. on or before July 31st to more quickly get work authorization. While grateful for the support, Adams says this alone will not fix the crisis.
We want to be clear, we cannot spike the ball because this is not going to deal with all.
So that's in New York. And you see, they say they came to deal. But over the weekend, 4 hours ago, let me let y'all see what they did. What's going on
This weekend
in
alone,
Chicago.
there were 12 buses that arrived with asylum seekers. It's not clear how many or where they were taken. It's a very similar story that most asylum seekers face when they are then brought to police districts like the one you see behind me here. Meanwhile, volunteers continue to work around the clock to provide those necessities and resources.
This weekend has been really tough, and it was coming off of a week of a lot of movement as well, of people out of districts into shelters.
We caught up with volunteers at the 15th Police District in the Austin neighborhood, where about 150 asylum seekers currently reside. Hundreds of volunteers have been working with the city to figure out where everyone will go. In the meantime, the lack of space has forced people to sleep in tents outside of Chicago police districts as they wait shelter, according to the city's Office of Emergency Management and Communication.
But they wait in shelter. But you see the people that I showed y'all earlier on the live, that is already in America, that's homeless, that's already on the streets, that ain't got nowhere to go, and they ain't trying to give them nowhere to go. That's what we talking about, and that's what we dealing with. So until we get one problem taken care of, they will start another one to distract you from one. So everything that you say and will be used against you. So back to the reparations task force. Everything that you say and will be used against you. They just took everything, took all our stuff, all our history, and they finna use all that shit against us. That's what they about to do. That was their plan. They want to know how we think, so they'll know how they can act. So on that note, I'm gone. Put that in your mind with some food for thought, like Erica Badu say.